Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today. But before I get started, please click the like and subscribe button as it helps this channel grow very quickly. So today's video is going to be about ISO 222 and the tokens involved. Because every time I make a video on any of these cryptocurrencies, people either tell me that they don't see the utility in it, or they tell me they don't understand what ISO 222 is. So we're going to take a deep dive and take a look. Prepare for the biggest financial transition in history. Never have we seen a technology that can affect so many trillion-dollar industries. And then we see this. We're collaborating with Capgemini to explore how SWIFT can interlink the multiple domestic-based CBDC networks emerging worldwide to make cross-border payments with digital currencies more seamless and frictionless. That's from SWIFT. And then we come down here. Companies like Ripple and its XRP protocol are already being touted as the next phase of transformation in the global remittance service market. Platforms like Ripple have the potential to reduce settlement times from days to seconds and provide savings on top of that. Note it, global financial services behemoth. Then we see this, our approach to ISO 222 adoption. In line with the adoption timeline agreed with our community, SWIFT will enable ISO 222 messages for cross-border payments and cash reporting businesses. Starting from August of this year, on opt-in basis. That means you could choose to opt in at that time. And November of this year for general availability. There will be a 3-year period of coexistence for MT and MX, allowing early adopters to benefit from ISO 222's richer structured data, and other banks to adopt at their own pace. Will facilitate the interoperability of MX to MT with our central inflow translation service. So the sooner you get in, the sooner you benefit from this. But we see all of this all over Twitter. Well, that's not going to happen until 2024 to 2025. It's going to happen sooner. And we're going to get into that more at the end of this video. So Davos, World Economic Forum 2022, the IMF about cross-border payments and CBDCs. It always points to the same direction, XRP, XLM. Then we see this. This is the cryptocurrencies that are going to be involved in ISO 222. So first you have Ripple, and they're already a member of the ISO 222 standard body. And we all know what XRP does. It's designed to be a bridge between the crypto world and the fiat world, and is used for a variety of purposes, including cross-border settlements. XRP can currently process about 1,500 transactions per second. Then we see Stellar Lumens, and it's very similar to XRP. It's designed to be a bridge between crypto and fiat worlds, but it's more focused on person to person, like individuals, than it is from big institutions. But then we see XDC, and that's an Ethereum virtual machine, compatible delegated proof-of-stake blockchain intended to function as a digital asset network for enterprises by combining public and private blockchains with interoperable smart contracts. XDC is XFin's native currency. XFin offers up to 2,000 transactions per second, and it can finalize those transactions in as little as 2 seconds. IOTA comes under a lot of attacks when it comes to this because of the high number of hacks and attacks it suffered over the last several years. But it's a centralized blockchain ledger intended to handle the Internet of Things based transactions. Many believe the network has a lot of potential. I'm sure they're working on that network continually to have it ready in time. Then we see Algorand. Algorand is a major layer 1 blockchain attempting to solve many of the problems inherent in competitors like Ethereum. It is reportedly able to process approximately 1,300 transactions per second, while it does promote decentralization. Algorand's proof-of-stake consensus method has led to concerns about whales dominating the ecosystem. Algorand is doing so many things. It's going to bridge Bitcoin to Flare. And on top of it, it's ISO 222 compliant, plus it's dealing with a lot of the music that's going to be used in Web3. Then we see Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR. Now that's rumored to be compliant, which I'm pretty sure it already is compliant at this point. Hedera Hashgraph is a distributed ledger platform that is similar to blockchain, but operates somewhat differently. Hedera Hashgraph is intended to overcome many of the limitations of traditional blockchains and can perform 10,000 transactions per second, with some reporting speeds up to 500,000 transactions per second, with a high level of security unlike blockchains. Hedera Hashgraph does not use miners for transaction validation, instead utilizing a feature referred to as direct acyclic graph to sequence transactions without splitting them into blocks. HBAR is a native cryptocurrency. So we see how it can be used. Remember, I'm always telling you in every video I ever do on this channel, I tell you, if your cryptocurrency deals with payments, you are about to get rich very soon. Then we see Quant, QNT. It's compliant. The Quant protocol is designed to solve interoperability issues between major blockchains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple via its Overledger interoperability network, and intends to connect all blockchains via one comprehensive operating system. Quant protocol is EVM compatible and considered by many to be an Ethereum Layer 2. But unlike other Layer 2s, it does not require any modifications to the base chain in order to become operational. QNT is the Quant protocol's native currency and is paid by developers in order to create and operate dApps on the network. I'm telling you right now, QNT is going to be massive. Cardano, rumored to be compliant. Cardano is proof of stake, decentralized blockchain network founder by Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson. It is currently the world's largest proof of stake blockchain. ADA is its native currency. So we see how this is coming together. We see what every single one of those cryptocurrencies do, how they're used, the real use case, the real utility. And it's going to be all brought together in ISO 222 as soon as you start seeing CBDCs and cross-border payments happening. You watch how fast these cryptocurrencies rise in value. It's going to be huge. And then we see this. So, a central bank rolling out a CBDC across its retail bank use Ripple, right? Or initiatives like this. The world is not black and white. Ripple will be a leading player. Not all the money. Swift will not be replaced. And no, Swift will also not fully run on XRP. And here's the thing. Swift is still going to exist. But a lot of money is going to travel over XRP. Maybe not at first, but over time, all the money will eventually run on XRP and XLM. The rest of the cryptocurrencies that you see will play their own part in all of this. They will do their own thing. Like, in other words, each one has to fit into the puzzle to make all of this work. And a lot of people still don't see the true utility. Then we see this. In my opinion, all self-respecting states will have a national digital currency within 3 years, said Russia's first deputy chairman, Olga, I can't even say that last name. Swift will no longer be needed. And that's the thing. Bank of Russia is already scheduled to roll out their digital ruble project, and that's coming by the end of 2023. So do you think that the US is going to sit back and let Russia lead the way? I don't think so. Then we see this more use cases from the world's largest financial leaders. Interoperability is the key word. An interledger protocol and ISO 222 provide that the entire new global payment infrastructure to take over the USD and SWIFT MT messaging. And this is it right here. If anyone ever says to you, show me the utility in the crypto you're talking about, if you're talking about any crypto that has to do with ISO 222, all you have to do is show them this map. Because this map shows all of them. There's Algorand. Then we see XFIN, XDC, Stellar, IOTA, Ripple. And we see how it's tied in with SWIFT. And remember, I'm always telling you about IBM. IBM is going to be a major player in this. So ProgressSoft and SWIFT are hosting an exclusive conference for banks in Jordan and Palestine to guide successful ISO 222 migration and market readiness. Stay tuned for more on the route to ISO 222. You see the banks coming in and getting involved, right? So remember, the Fed is not SWIFT. The Treasury can work with SWIFT when it goes live, ISO 222. And the Fed is dead, so who cares about 2025? See, the Fed is not they're private. So I don't see how they're going to benefit from this. I mean, I know all the money. Everybody thinks of the Fed, they think of all the money. But the Fed is not SWIFT. Keep that in mind. SWIFT will survive, but it will only survive with cryptocurrency behind it, with these companies I showed you behind it, fixing all the problems that it's having right now. So 2016, Fed praises Interledger. 2017, Fed announces ISO 222. 2018 to 20, Fed showing little to no interest in a digital dollar. Fed evaluates launching a digital dollar. That's in 2021. 2022, Fed designs test a digital dollar. And then again, we see Fed releases study of a digital dollar. You see how they didn't even care about it before, but now it's starting to become important. It's now relevant. Why? Because they have to keep up with the rest of the world. Central Bank of Russia plans to begin testing real transactions with the digital ruble next April. Then we see this. Circle is launching a digital euro on June 30th. In terms of adoption, euro-backed stables consist of less than 1% of the total market cap of all stables. The biggest euro stable today so far is the Stasis Euro. That's talking about stable coins. But you see how they're coming out with their digital euro now. Then we see this. More African central banks are exploring digital currencies, says International Monetary Fund. So we keep seeing this. This is happening. Israel's central bank is teaming up with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority and the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Lab to test the feasibility of a central bank digital currency. You see how this is all coming together? And people still don't see the utility in the cryptocurrencies that we hold. The Digital Euro Association and the Digital Pound Foundation on Interoperability, and then we see there, UNT. So when people argue with you and say this isn't happening, you could show them everything I just showed you. You see how these countries are rolling out their new digital currency. You see the CBDCs being built in almost every country around the world right now. A lot of countries are way ahead of us. The US, I believe, is lagging. they're held up with this whole regulatory crypto laws that they want to pass when they should be ushering out XRP right away and getting this all rolling before anyone else does. We have to keep up with Russia. We have to beat them to, everything. So I believe 2025 is no longer an option. I believe by beginning of 2024, we have to have this running in the US. We have to have the new digital US dollar, which could easily be USDC. We have to have our CBDC up and running. We have to tie all the banks to it. Things have to come together quick now. So anytime somebody argues with you about utility as far as XRP, XLM, QNT, any of the algo, the coins I showed you, XDC, all you have to do is point them to this. This is happening. It used to be speculation, back in 2018, 2019. It was speculation that this was going to happen. Most people that invested believe that. And the Bitcoin maxis still think Bitcoin is going to be the one running the show here. The only person I feel bad with is the retail investors who are following these Bitcoin maxis, thinking that Bitcoin is the future, when we already know what the future is. I just showed you the future. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.